She doesn't know why Glocknine was hanging with them because they've been begging him for food and some more shit, which already creates a weird situation.
True. Ayo gang, so we're doing a reaction video to 1090 Jake. Someone snitched on Glocknine while in the same prison as them. I mean, first of all, I find this title kind of, you know what I mean? Cause 10, mad people accusing you of being a snitch too, after the paperwork came out. So, but I'm just saying. Anyways, gang, let's get right into it.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Ola Runt, accusing Florida rapper Glocknine of going out bad and allegedly snitching. September 19th, 2023. Atlanta rapper Ola Runt would take to Twitter with a surprising accusation saying, "Damn, Glocknine, you went out bad," followed by 2 rat emojis. This was enough for the fans and bystanders on the internet to take off with rumors and speculation as Orlando rapper Glocknine was now accused of snitching. This was the same rapper who's been hit with a Florida RICO, tied to a gang war within Orlando, and allegedly shot up his own cousin's house for being in an opposite gang. But the craziest aspect of this new allegation,
he probably watched all that Trap Law and Crime Circus.
Ola Runt is calling him out while both rappers are currently in the same federal prison. Ola Runt was arrested back in 2020.
Hold on. I saw Glocknine.
Federal.
You put on some weight there, son.
Prison. Ola Runt was arrested back in 2020 within Operation Phoenix, an FBI takedown of 12 of Atlanta's most violent offenders. He'd be indicted by the feds after being found in possession of an FN-57 pistol loaded with 21 rounds, and after a guilty plea, he'd be sentenced to 57 months in federal prison. Glocknine, on the other hand, was named as the leader of a gang known as the Army, or AFNF, based in the Mercy Drive area of Orlando. He'd be one of 34 people indicted on RICO charges, stemming from what law enforcement described as a war with the rival 438 gang, based around Silver Star Road. Over 30 shootings.
These boys be crazy for real,
though. Many other crimes would be listed within the indictment. Glocknine would plead guilty to weapons and fraud charges, receiving 7 years in federal prison. Now, West Virginia is a state known for little and home to one of the most notorious penitentiaries, USP Hazleton. Known as Misery Mountain, it's made headlines in recent years with the infamous prison murder of Irish crime boss Whitey Bulger. Brutal ending only hours after arriving. 3 hours south of USP Hazleton is another prison, FCI Beckley.
And they got a movie about that? Or about him?
On the mountains of West Virginia. Beckley is a medium security prison that houses over 1,600 inmates.
Bro, look what this prison is, bro. You're not escaping this John that easily, bro. You're not making it down this mountainside like that, son. And then you got the rest of this John to make through. Nah, bro. This is a crazy spot. You're not making it down here.
Beckley is a medium security prison that houses over 1,600 inmates. While less violent than the neighboring USP, multiple inmates within the last
prop money, son.
Guilty to possessing prison-made weapons at Beckley, a charge punishable by up to another 5 years in the feds. But in the last year, FCI Beckley has become more known for the amount of rappers being sent there. Just in the last 2 months, photos have emerged of Georgia rapper Fujiano and Florida rappers Psycho Bob and Glocknine all together in prison. But the photo that's circulating now more than ever is of none other than Ola Runt and Glocknine. Both rappers have ties to the infamous Sex Money Murder gang, have rapped about it in
But that's crazy though, gang.
Can be seen in pictures using.
Not one of these dudes is over 29 years old, son. And all of them about to be spending years in prison, bro. 29 probably even too old, bro. Maybe even not even over 25. That's crazy to me, son. Like, by now you're supposed to done figure how it all works, you know? But that's just me.
Sex Money Murder's infamous pistol gang sign. Why is this relevant? This means the two are a part of the blood car in the feds, and the majority of those in prison pictures with them can be seen throwing up blood gang signs. For those unfamiliar with the federal prison system, while divided by race, the inmates are further divided by states and gangs. This would mean the obvious, Glocknine and Ola Runt are technically allies, but Ola Runt attempting to expose Glocknine would leave many scratching their heads as to how and why.
Yeah, why?
Sources close to the situation would state they received news Glocknine was involved in a fight, and it may have been recorded by an inmate with a phone. As a result, Glocknine has been placed in confinement, while those close to him wait for his call to hear his side of the story.
Why they record that, bro?
His Glocknine was snitching, but his paperwork says otherwise. The biggest red flag within a federal case would be a 5K1 motion, which essentially means a sentencing reduction in return for substantial assistance in the prosecution of others.
Like what 69 did. Okay.
Glocknine definitely doesn't have a 5K1, but what was interesting is a few pages of his plea deal.
What did it say?
On page 6, the 12th term of the plea is cooperation, in which the defendant, or Glocknine, agrees to cooperate fully with the U.S. investigation and prosecution of others and to testify. If his cooperation is completed prior to sentencing, the government agrees to consider a 5K1. Glocknine would sign his initials to the terms of the plea. But before everyone starts accusing him of snitching, this is why doing your homework is critical. Within the change of plea transcripts, Glocknine's lawyer would address what was written, stating his client had no intent to actually cooperate. It was stated in court there had been no cooperation, no intent to cooperate in the future, and the courts agreed to strike those paragraphs with a pen and refile the plea. The amended plea agreement would then be filed showing the changes to Glocknine's plea, and checking the dates of both files, Glocknine had signed the original plea and had the plea deal changed the very next day to clarify he isn't cooperating and he isn't snitching. Not only that, but Glocknine would write a letter to a judge while he was incarcerated in Orlando. Back in 2020, Glocknine was shot at while at the mall at Millennia. 2 men would be arrested for the broad day shooting, and Glocknine would literally write a letter to the judge naming both men who were arrested and stating, "I do not wish to press charges on or against Trayvon Graham or Joshua Holder, due to the facts that I do not believe those are the individuals that shot at me. I don't have a clue who shot at me. It all happened too fast. But to my knowledge, I don't believe those individuals had anything to do with the shooting incident. And I am not interested in attending any deposition or anything else involving the case." Whether or not the actually shot at Glocknine and were members of a rival gang, Glocknine clearly wanted nothing to do with their case, and even went as far as saying he doesn't think they had anything to do with it. An act like that is something even his rivals would have to respect. With his federal paperwork clean, if Glocknine at any time cooperated,
and it probably was them for real,
state co-defendants would have been the first to announce it. So it's unclear what exactly Ola Runt is claiming. An Instagram account belonging to an inmate who claims to have witnessed the fight and also recorded it, claims someone took Glocknine's property, and instead of handling it with violence, Glocknine told, which doesn't make any sense if Glocknine still got into a fight.
Right.
The following day, it was said that the actual issue
unless
was Glocknine
they come at him for telling.
Someone looked into Glocknine's case, saw an opportunity, and took it. Meaning they either didn't do their homework on how the plea deal was corrected, or they just wanted to make Glocknine look bad and remove him from the prison guide, not knowing that I was going to actually look into the paperwork.
Right,
way,
right.
This could have resulted in deadly consequence. And now that the paperwork has been cleared up, we can only wait and see if those who accuse Glocknine will go as far to correct the situation as they did to ignite it.
True. I doubt they
Now,
will.
this is a dangerous accusation.
True.
Because you have two people within the same group at the same federal prison. And you know, as they say, when you go to federal prison, you got to show everybody your paperwork, which doesn't make any sense because nowhere in any of Glocknine's paperwork does it say he cooperated at all. And if he didn't have that paper, the amended plea that got scratched out with the bullshit, that means someone had a reason to go looking. Someone maybe didn't like him.
Or somebody heard the first one, or they saw the first one. Maybe somebody working there, some shorty or something, saw the first one, took a picture or just told somebody, and they didn't see the second one. Like, it's just that basic because obviously maybe there's shift change, maybe, they just wasn't there that day, all that, or different time of the day, so they ain't come in yet. Somebody saw it, somebody said something, and they didn't see the second one.
Glocknine's either girlfriend or baby mother is saying she doesn't know why Glocknine was hanging with them because they've been begging him for food and some more shit, which already creates a weird situation.
True.
We don't know what type of envy could have been behind this, but it seems like somebody found that old plea and said, look here, he signed off. He was willing to cooperate. And most likely, as he was doing so, told his lawyer, look, bro, I'm not fucking cooperating. So tomorrow, you need to fix this shit and get this shit right. And the very next day, his lawyer went to court and said, look, my client isn't cooperating, hasn't cooperated, doesn't plan to. Y'all need to fix this paperwork because this looks crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He literally scratched it out. And what's fucked up about this is when you go on the website to look at the federal paperwork, the plea deal is right above the amended plea, which means either somebody didn't know what the fuck
right.
saw one thing and didn't look at anything else.
Right, they didn't scroll down.
Chose not to acknowledge what cleared his name. They took a piece of paper that could make him look bad and potentially get him hit on the prison yard.
True.
And said, hey, look, he's snitching.
True.
That's fucked up.
Very.
Dangerous game. That means somebody didn't like him that much that they try to pull some fluke shit on him. And if you look further into the paperwork, you can read the transcripts of his lawyer clarifying the entire situation and the courts agreeing and amending the plea. This is why when you do what I do, it's essential to do as much homework as possible. Because when you put a jacket on somebody's name, like they've tried to do with me, that shit can result in deadly fucking consequence. A lot of people don't care. A lot of pages or fake pages are hiding behind a screen where they don't show their face, but they're pumping this shit out left and right, making these type of accusations. As far as I'm concerned, I've been covering Glocknine for a couple of years now. Never once seen anything bad on his name. That's why I jumped right into it. Like, all right, I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. So unless there's something that we don't know about that happened in prison, where they're saying he snitched in prison, I have no fucking idea. And that more so falls on the people in prison to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as his current paperwork, I can stamp everything look good. I've looked through it. If I'm wrong, correct me. But as far as everything I've seen, ain't nothing wrong with Glocknine. It's 1090J. Drop y'all's thoughts in the comment section. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Heard you. Alright, gang, so word from 1090 is he ain't snitching. I guess you gonna rock with that. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.